Have you ever wondered how all these makers build their own sim racing gear shifters? What kind of hardware do you need? How much programming knowledge does it take? Turns out a lot less than you'd think. This is my proof of concept H shifter. No custom code, no complex wiring diagrams. Just two things, a joystick, the same kind you'd find inside a PS4 controller, and a Pro Micro Arduino. That's it. No programming knowledge required. We're not writing a single line of code today, so instead, we're sideloading an existing game controller project onto the board and soldering a handful of wires. So if you've been putting off a project like this because it felt out of reach, stick around because I'm about to show you just how approachable it actually is. The first thing to get right is picking the controller. This trips a few people up as other controllers can look the same, but they won't work. This is an Arduino Pro Micro. It has the writing on the bottom. The issue is it looks kind of similar to an Arduino Nano, but this will not work as the processor itself is different. If you can't get your hands on a Pro Micro, you could use a Leonardo. Due to its size, it isn't going to work for this particular project. Once you have your hands on a Pro Micro, we just need to add a handful of wires. The wiring couldn't be simpler. This is just your standard keys joystick KY-023. We wire the GND to the GND of the Pro Micro, VCC to VCC, and A3 to VRX and A2 to VRY. Any other ports that have A on them, like A0 and A1, need to be tied to ground, which just means add a 10K resistor and connect this to a ground. If you don't do this, they will wander, causing us other issues. Once the wiring is done, we just need to load our firmware. We are going to use the Arduino Dash FFB project. If you have been on my channel before, you will recognize this. There has been quite a few updates, but the process to upload is the same, but you will need to pay attention. We need two downloads from this GitHub, Arduino FFB and Arduino FFB GUI. Download and unzip both on your computer. Once they are unzipped, go to the Xloader folder and run the app. We want to make sure the device is on Leonardo and the board is 1200. We then want to choose the firmware to upload. If we check the repo site, there are letters telling us what each version does. Here we just want XYH shifter. So as long as the firmware name has that in it, we are good to go. Back in the Xloader, we will browse and select the firmware. I will choose this one. As long as we have AF in the file name, we should be good to go. Let's look at the available COM ports, 12, 21, and 20. I haven't plugged in the micro yet, let's plug it in. We now have an extra port 18, we will select that and hit upload. It fails, but a port 10 appears. Select that and upload again. We can see now it's successfully uploaded. With the wiring done and the board flashed, we can now run wheel control. Just navigate to that folder and open it up. This is the software, and yes, there's quite a bit going on here. Down at the bottom in red, you'll see our buttons. Now all these sliders and the wheel graphic up top are for a force feedback wheel. I've actually covered that build in another video. You can make your own force feedback steering wheel too. Mine uses a motor salvaged from a cordless drill, but the part we care about today is down here under H shifter. Watch what happens as I move the joystick. The dot on screen follows along. As it moves into each quadrant, it activates a button, which you'll map in your game later. You can see each of these red boxes turn green the moment that button's triggered. Now these sliders let you configure up to an 8-speed gearbox. For this project though, we're sticking with 6. 8 is just a bit overboard. For the proof of concept, I whipped together this design. It's super simple and won't take too much of a battering, but to prove everything works, it is perfect. We have the joystick on the base with the top removed. The controller just slides underneath and plugs in. Next up we have an adapter for the stick with a couple of lock screws here to keep it on tight. Next to the gate itself, it has notches to keep it in gear. Again, this is just to get you up and running. You can go wild with your own design. Then the gear shift, it just slides on the adapter. We don't want to add too much pressure on that tiny joystick. We are now in a position to test this in a game. But before we do that, we need to make sure we have enough travel in the gear stick. Back to the steering GUI, we should go through each gear to make sure the dot lands with enough room for each selection. This is just a case of going through each gear to make sure it lands in a box. These are looking pretty good. You will see also that buttons are changing state for each gear, which is exactly what we want. Time for a real test in a game. Here we are in our game. All games will be different. Today I am going to use BeamNG. When you pick a car, in this game anyway, Make sure you chose one with a manual transmission, obviously not auto or sequential. All we need to do is map our buttons. I have done that already, but here's the process. Go into Controls and Vehicle, then the Gear section. Choose a gear, put the shifter in that gear, and then out of it again, and it will bind to that gear. If we have a look in the hardware section, here are all the buttons we could have, but as I go through each gear, we can see that button light up. Back to the game, we just need to start this car up and start driving. And that's your intro into making your own game controller. If you would like to make a controller with a regular Arduino like a Uno or Nano, check out my other video where we go through the steps of making one of these with a much more complete solution. Thanks for watching.